Hey guys, Corey here, and I want to share just a quick story with you guys, and hopefully this can kind of touch you in the same way that this has touched me over the last almost 9 years of my life. So almost 9 years ago, I reached out to Big Brothers Big Sisters. I wanted to become a big brother. I wanted to have, I'd grown up in a very comfortable childhood, and I wanted to find somebody who didn't have the strong male influence that I had had all my life, that didn't have as comfortable of a life, and see if I could provide some of that male guidance, some friendship, some really cool experiences, and could have an impact in somebody's life in a meaningful way. I was fortunate enough to get paired with Edgar. Edgar was 10 years old at the time. He's now, spoiler alert, turning 19 in just about a month from now. He was almost chest high on me. He was this meek, quiet, just kind of like timid, but incredibly good boy, right? And it was so much fun. And over the years, we've had an insane amount of just really fun experiences, things that we've been able to do together, conversations. I've watched him grow and graduate all the way through high school. And as he got out of high school, I said, what's next? What do you want to do? And since he was 14 years old, he had been washing cars with his uncle. His uncle had his own mobile detailing business. He needed to actually bring in extra money for his own family. Edgar grew up sleeping in closets. His mom worked incredibly hard, but didn't speak English and has had a difficult time just ever getting really ahead. And so he was kind of somebody who actually supplemented income for his mom and his sister. They always lived with at least one other, but usually two or three other families. He just really didn't have a great living situation growing up, and the extra money that he could provide was incredibly meaningful. Little did he know that I was teaching him a skill. And between that, and I think just seeing me always be an entrepreneur, encouraging him to take risk and to be able to do things that are going to set himself up for far different life for him and whatever his family looks like in the future than what he grew up in, because that's not the only place to get. He came to me when I asked him what he wanted to do as he was graduating high school. He said, you know what? I think I'm ready to start my own mobile detailing business. I've learned a lot from my uncle, and I think I'm ready to do this on my own. And I asked what he needed. He said he'd probably need a little bit of money to get the thing started, to buy a truck and do some of the equipment and to, some of the initial just kind of things that he'd need to get the business off the ground. And so I told him to write me a business plan. And if he came back with a business plan, we could talk at that point. It wasn't more than 3 days later that he had come back with a full business plan. He said, I'm ready, Corey, here it is. Told me exactly how much he would need. And about a week later, we signed a contract. I know that sounds kind of weird, but it's just something that I believe in, to where I gave him the money that he needed to go get his truck and the initial equipment to get the business off the ground. And he agreed to repay me over a 6-month period in weekly installments. Well, after 6 months, he had completely paid me back. He had started to grow his business. And ever since then, he's been growing his business in an incredible way. We meet at least once a month, usually 2 to 3 times a month, to get together and strategize, talk about the biggest problems that he's facing and how we can continue to grow his business. He now has moved out. He's the sole breadwinner for him and his mom and his sister. They have a place in Rancho Santa Margarita, which is a significant upgrade from anything they've ever lived in. They do still live with another family, but he's working to grow his business. And I can tell you a couple things. There's nobody that I've met that does a better mobile car wash or detail than him that I've ever known. I'd say the one downside is that he sometimes takes too long. He cares too much. And just a mobile wash that costs $40 for me will take him over an hour because of the care and detail and attention that he puts into every single car or truck or SUV that he's washing. He offers interior detail packages, exterior detail packages, full detail packages, does an incredible job in everything that he does. And so this is my ask to you. If you guys are somebody who could use a mobile detail or a mobile wash, you already have somebody who regularly does it for you, and you're willing to step out and try Edgar, who I would put against anybody in the world from a price standpoint, from a quality standpoint, from a reliability standpoint. He's absolutely incredible. And what I want to do is I'm going to incentivize you in a really cool way, that I actually want to pay for your very first wash. And so a wash for a car is $40, usually end up leaving $10 tip. If you're SUV, you're a little bit more. But if you book through Edgar, I will refund you, or I'll pay you $50 back after you complete your first wash. So I'm paying for either all or most of your first wash. If you want to do detail or something more expensive, or you have multiple cars, God bless you. I love that as well, but I'm willing to pay $50 per family to give Edgar a try. So we've made it really easy. There's a QR code. Pause the video if you need to. Scan the QR code. This is literally a direct booking. You don't need to talk to him. You don't need to do anything except find something that works on your calendar, enter your address. He will be there at that time, at that date. Let him know the wash that you need done, or the detail package that you need, and he will be there. He will absolutely do the best mobile wash or mobile detailing job that you will find. I hope that you end up using him for the rest of your life, although that is up to you. But I will pay for your very first wash. So whether you never have used a mobile detail or a mobile wash and you want to do it for the first time, I'll pay for it. Whether you're somebody who has somebody you're already in love with, I'll pay for your first one just to see if he can beat that and become a better service that you'd love to use in the future. Or you're somebody who is already once looking for somebody and you say, this is perfect, it's exactly what I needed. For any of those, scan the QR code, get your first booking in, use Edgar. He's an absolute gem of a person and an incredibly hard worker. And I would love for you and me to help grow his business in a meaningful way. And by the way, if you've got anybody that is a referral or that you know needs this, if you can refer this, send this to your friends, your family, your softball parents, your church, or anything that you can do to promote this, send the QR code, let them know what a great job Edgar's doing. He'll go anywhere in Southern California, in Southern Orange County. He's right around the Mission Viejo, San Juan Capistrano, Laguna Niguel. He does a ton of cars in those areas, San Clemente. So if you're anybody who can use him or know somebody who could use him, please, I'd love for you to start spreading the word about Lux Mobile Detail and everything that Edgar has to offer. Thanks, guys. Cheers.